Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to talk about the Flex Cup. So the Flex company actually reached out to me a month or two ago, I think 2 months about now, to do a review on their Flex Cup. I, as you guys know, am not a huge fan of the Flex company just because their company is based on buying other people's products and then revamping them into their own products. As you guys know, I did do a review on the Flex Fits discs way back when they first came out, and I noticed immediately that they were the exact same product as the Soft Cup. After doing some more research, I realized, oh, it's because they bought Soft Cups, raised the price, and then also stopped making them seem as reusable as Soft Cups the original company made them to be. So I just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth just with that whole situation. Then they bought Akilah Cup. Akilah Cup, if you guys aren't familiar, I believe was a Kickstarter cup. And basically it was a cup that all you had to do was pull the bottom stem and it broke suction, and it was supposed to be as easy as using as a tampon, or easier to use like a tampon. Now Akilah Cup, when it was on Kickstarter, I believe a Kickstarter, if I'm wrong, don't hate me, but I believe I remember it being on Kickstarter. It was a different color. I believe it was like a light soft pink, and it also had a different looking stem. Now I didn't have a chance to try Akilah Cup before it was purchased by Flex Fits or Flex Company, but Flex Company did buy it, and then when you guys started asking me to do a review on the Flex Cup that was out on the shelves that you guys saw, I just was like, I didn't have any motivation to do it, because again, it was just like, why? It's another company that Flex bought and whatever. As you guys know, I try to be as unbiased as possible when it comes to these reviews and who I choose to work with, but for some reason, I don't know. The whole like thing just for me, it just felt weird. Part of the luxury of having my own channel and being able to do the things that I do and not kind of working for somebody else or not having paid reviews when it comes to menstrual products is I can kind of be picky about who I work with and who I don't. So that's kind of what was holding me back from reviewing this cup. But when the Flex company reached out again to do a review, this time on the Flex Cup, they did explain a little bit more as to why they decided to partner, or not partner, but be bought out by Flex. Akilah Cup did. So I guess the understanding is Akilah Cup was not able to reach as many people as they wanted with their budget, and so they joined Flex Cup, or were bought out by Flex Cup, because Flex Cup had the ability to spread the word more, or to mass produce, or to whatever, basically to push forward the Akilah Cup more as a Flex Cup rather than the Akilah Cup. Then they went on further to say why they made the Flex Cup or the Akilah Cup the way that they did, which is they wanted to make a cup that was, I guess, more usable for people who have limited mobility, maybe disabled, or might not be able to use a cup because of, again, their limited reach or functions and things like that. So I immediately, when I read that part of the email, became more sympathetic and wanting to work with them and review this cup, because that is something that is really important to me. Now I'm all about promoting cups that help more of the masses have better periods. You know, if I can review and find a cup or share a cup that can help one group of people that maybe can't use a different type of cup, I am there for it. So that's kind of all they had to say to me, and I was like, all right, I can swallow my pride, I can swallow my whatever's about this company and do this for you guys. Like, when it came to that, I was like, okay. I do want to say though, because I am me and this is my channel, there are things about the Flex company that I still am not 100% on board with. One, the fact that their Flex discs are sold with the cup drives me insane. I get what they're trying to do. I get that they're trying to be like, oh hey, here's some free Flex discs to, you know, further promote our disposable or more disposable use products. I get what they're trying to do. I get that they're trying to give like a free sample or whatnot, or another option to people who are buying the cup. But at the same time, for me, when I promote using reusable products, it's because they are reusable. So the fact that this company is still trying to be like, hey, here's a disposable product, we're hoping you like this better and will just choose to use this, in my opinion, is just kind of like, why? Like, just sell them separate. You know, stop trying to force these disposable discs on other people. That's just me. But that, and also the fact that when you actually go to just Google Flex, their main Flex Discs website pops up. It's the first thing that I noticed when I, typed in Flex. It came up as Flex, and then it directed me to the Flex company, which doesn't promote the Flex Cup on its front and center. Instead, it promotes the Flex Discs. I'm looking at it right now. I kind of had to like look around, and I was like, what the heck? Where's the Flex Cup? Where's the Flex Cup? But when you scroll all the way down to the bottom, then it says in little letters at the very bottom about learn about Flex, it says at the very bottom Flex Cup. So when you click on Flex Cup, it does direct you to the flexcup.com website, which is also what will happen if you type in Akilah Cup. It'll go to the Flex Cup, and that's where you'll see the Flex Cup. But again, I just don't really understand why you wouldn't just have both products on the same website. Like, why a separate website when you sell the two products together in a box in the aisle? So that's like, again, I can tell they're really trying to push towards this like product that you have to keep buying versus this cup. When you go to the Flex Cup website, it does show you the cup. It has a buy now. It shows you very clearly what the cup looks like. It shows how to fold it. It shows how to insert it and how to wear it and all of that, and how to remove it in very clear graphics and details, which I really, really like. One thing that kind of drives me nuts though, again, this goes along the lines of Flex like trying to reinvent everything and make it their own. When it comes to the fold, instead of just saying, hey, do a C fold or do a punch down fold, they have to go about it in their own wording to make it seem like their own folds. Wash your hands, press the sides of the cup together, and then fold it in half again, forming a tight U shape. That's a C fold. Or place a finger on the top rim of the cup and press it down into the center, making the top smaller for insertion, which is a punch down fold. So once again, I'm like, dude, just like call it what it is. Stop like doing all these things, because when you Google C fold or punch down fold, that's what those things are. And that, if you're familiar with the cup community or any other cup website, that's what they'll say. They'll say those terminologies. So again, whatever. This is, again, me. I have to just get these little things out, these little irks, because that's why you watch my videos, right? It's because you want to know my honest opinion about everything, even if it doesn't really matter, right? Right? No, that's probably not why you watch them, but that's what I'm gonna say. All right, so when you get your Flex Cup, this is what it looks like. It's got this shiny, glossy packaging. One of the things about the Flex company is they're trying to make periods more sexy. Mess-free sex with the discs, this and that, blah, 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 blah. They're trying to make it more sexy. The pouch itself looks like this with little gold pull strings. It's cute. I don't really need all this fluff necessarily or this fanciness, but it is nice. It's pretty sleek looking. It's nice. I like it. This is what the cup looks like itself when you pull it out. This is the full fit is what they call the bigger one. The other one is called the slim fit. So I'm not quite sure how they decided to name one a slim and one a full in regards to like sizing wise. It does say that the full fit is ideal for experienced cup users, users with a heavy flow, and users age 30 plus. Slim fit is ideal for first-time cup users, and that's all it says. It doesn't say anything else other than that. It says the full fit capacity is 3 super tampons, 30 milliliters, and the slim fit is a capacity of 2 super tampons, 22 milliliters. Now, I am really angry with myself, and when I say angry, I mean like super angry, because I just spent the last half hour, 45 minutes looking for my stupid cup, and I cannot find it anywhere. I used the slim cup, and I really wanted to be able to show you guys a size comparison between the full and the slim. If I took footage of that, I will insert that here now. But this is the full fit, and when I pulled out the full and the slim, I was like, holy cow, that full fit looks like way too big for me, especially because of the pull string being that shape. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna feel okay in me. So I did actually use the slim fit, especially because of the bottom is not very tapered. It's pretty bowl shaped all the way down. I have a few of my favorite cups up here that I use regularly, that I talk about a lot, that I've done reviews on just for size comparison wise. I have the regular salt cup right here in the size regular, and then I have the salt soft cup right here in the size regular, and then this is the lunette. As you can see, the bottoms are more tapered, whereas this is more wide at the bottom, which is usually what bothers me the most when it comes to feeling cups or feeling full down there. So that is why I did not use this one. As you can see, it is quite a bit longer, even stem wise. So look at that with the lunette, like that is a huge difference. So I did use the slim fit one, which again, I'm so angry that I cannot find right now. I don't know how again that they came up with the sizes of, oh, 30 plus women should use this. I am 32, and again, this was a no bueno. This was not going to work for me. Just because, once again, the bottom is such a, like, it's not tapered whatsoever, and that stem is so long, and it's the shape that it is. I'm 5'3", 120 to 125 pounds, if that helps anyone. I've had 3 children. You know, not that I don't think actually means anything when it comes to cups. Now that I've tried so many different cups, I honestly think that just you learning how big you are in there is what's gonna help you the most, not all that other stuff of being 30 something or having kids this way or that way or how many kids. Firmness wise, I would say that this is very comparable to the original Salt cup. It's not too firm, it's not too soft, which I really, really like. The stem at the bottom is very, very soft as well. Again though, if you're really sensitive to stems, just be careful because this is such a long cup and has such a wide bottom that, you know, you don't want any part of this. Like this part right here, if that were in between my labia or hanging anywhere down towards the opening of my vagina, it would drive me insane. So again, that is why I went with the slim fit versus the full. Inside of the cup, you'll see the mechanism that is what is going to break the seal by just pulling the string. You pull it, and as you pull it, it pulls down one of the sides of the walls, breaking the suction so you can pull it out of your vagina nicely. I will say, for those of you guys who are bored already and don't want to watch the rest of this video and you just want to go out and get your cup, when you do that, one of the things that I found very helpful was to not pull too hard too quickly. Because when you start pulling that after you break the suction, it wants to come out pretty quickly after that. So with that being said, pull very gently once you feel it coming down. The second you feel like you're opening, go on up there, grab it by the bottom and pull it out. If you pull it out too fast, this is what's gonna happen and the blood's gonna go everywhere. There were a few concerns I had with this mechanism. Again, first, pulling it out too quickly and spilling it everywhere, but aware of that, and now that I've said that and you just make sure not to do that, you should be okay. Another thing I was concerned about was leaking around this little pull string. I didn't have any of that, so that was nice. And then my other concern was, how do you clean inside of here, which I found out quickly. You just pull out the other direction, like so, and then you can clean in there, boil it, sanitize it, all of that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this cup in regards to just the overview and first impression. I will say, I hate Flex's marketing. Again, this is just me being me. I hate it. I don't like that they're saying that this is as easy to use as a tampon. Spoiler alert, it's not. You'll see that at the end and also in my clips that I'll show you of me using it. It's not as easy as a tampon. Is it easier than other cups? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. But again, I'll go over that in the end. I feel like Flex is so quick to make these like guarantees without saying they guarantee that it just frustrates me because I didn't have mess-free sex with the Flex discs. I also found them to be pretty messy in general. Also, I could feel them when I stuck my finger up there. So in regards to my husband not noticing, you know, and then with this, again, it's not easier than a tampon necessarily, which is what they're promoting this as. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and show you guys the clips of me using this cup. I do show full blood, so please be aware I do that. If you're not comfortable with seeing my blood, I will leave a link underneath this video where you can see my final thoughts on the product. I'm sorry that the intro was so long for this. I just wanted to make sure to go over everything because again, you guys watch my videos because you want to know my personal opinions about, I hope, every aspect of a cup, their company, what they do, and all of that. So I apologize about that, but there's a lot I wanted to say since it's been a while since I have reviewed a product from this company. I will say to this company, thank you for the sweatshirt and the shirt. However, they did send me a very, very adorable sweatshirt and a very adorable like crop top shirt. Sadly, both of them were in a size medium though. I'm a size small, so they are a little bit big, but they are very adorable. So I do want to say thank you to Flex for doing that. And honestly, I don't know anybody at Flex company personally. I've just had a bad experience with that first review, which has kind of carried on with me. And then again, just all of these, you know, just all these things that they say about their products don't really sit 100% with me, and the way they kind of market their stuff and all of that. So, but again, watch till the end because you'll be surprised with my final thoughts on this cup. And if you want to watch the clips, I will leave them here where I show blood. But again, if you don't, skip to the end. Technically, I haven't even started my period yet. We're kind of just doing this for safety precaution reasons. So yeah, I'm going to, sorry, we're still remodeling the upstairs bathroom, so we're in the basement for now. I'm gonna try my punch down fold because that's my favorite. It looks like, I'm gonna see if that like thing inside is gonna get in the way. Doesn't look like it should, although, you know what, we're gonna do the C fold instead, just in case. I don't want to like mess it up because it feels like when I do the punch down fold, when I try to open it back up, the little inside thingy was getting in the way. So we'll do the C fold. Oh, yep, there's my cervix. Oh, I already see a problem. Okay. Not necessarily a problem as much as a concern. All right, so it opened really easily. It's nicely hugging my cervix because my cervix is sitting really low right now. My concern is that normally what I would do is that I would pull the string down, or I'd use the little pull tab to kind of adjust my cup. And I caught myself because I almost did that, but then I realized, oh shit, if I pull that pull tab, the whole thing's gonna come back out because it's gonna break the suction and work against what I'm trying to do. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to keep in mind. I will say that I'm glad I picked the smaller one because it is, my cervix is sitting low, so it is lower. I think the large one would have just been really uncomfortable. So far I don't feel it, so good news. All right, guys, so I did a slow flow but pretty intense yoga workout or class tonight, and it's been hours since I put this cup in, and I gotta say, I'm actually super comfortable right now, and I couldn't feel the cup at all. Like, I didn't feel it anywhere. Like, it didn't feel, I didn't feel it anywhere. It feels really good. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pull it out just normal right now and see if the suction actually breaks from just pulling on this string or handle or pull tab, whatever you want to call it. And then I think the next time I pull it out, I'm gonna try to pull it out in a seated position just to see if, for people who do have limited mobility, who may be in a wheelchair or handicapped, you know, or disabled, if that is a realistic thing. Like, if I can get it out in a seated position without having to squeeze or break the suction in the traditional way. And I'm holding the camera with one hand because, I mean, I should be able to just pull it out, right? So the tab is like right there. Like, I can feel it on my finger before I even put my finger up. So that's nice. It's easy to reach. Even the small one is, you know, I can still reach it without too much of, you know, moving around. So I am just going to pull it. Weird. Oh my gosh. That's so strange. Okay, so it came out and I just pulled it. I don't think, I'm sorry, I can't tell if I'm bleeding or not because the cup is black. I'm going to spare you from the discharge. So I have a ton of liquid discharge in my cup that is tinged with blood. So I'm really just right there at the beginning of my period as of right now. So that's good to know that I'm once again accurate with my period, considering it's been really irregular for the last few months, as you guys know. I am going to pull the tab back up to make sure it's a full circle again before I reinsert it, but I will say that was actually a pleasant experience, being able to just kind of pull it out slowly without actually having to get 2 fingers up there to break suction. I've had this cup in since this morning. I put it back in because there was really, like I said, nothing in there. I really hadn't started my period. I have no clue if I've started it today. It could be full of just discharge again, but I wanted to pull it out while sitting on the toilet or in a seated position. And I should also mention that I haven't had any issues peeing with this in. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna push it out. I don't feel like It's like restricting my bladder from emptying completely. I will say, however, though, that earlier today I was brave and I pooped in a public area with, that sounded like I pooped outside in front of people. I pooped in a public bathroom and I didn't take the cup out first. So you guys know why that's brave of me, because I've almost pushed my scoon out before in a toilet. Not a good thing to happen while you're out, you know, out and about without your personal sink next to you or anything like that. But it felt like it was like I had to be very careful. Like I could feel it coming down as I was pushing to go poop. So I will say that this is not the firmest cup out there. You know, it wanted to come out. So you just have to be careful when it comes to that. Right now, I'm just pulling it down using the string, trying to make sure I don't stick my hand in the toilet water. Just sitting and kind of leaning, as you can see. And I'm just slowly pulling it out. No problem, doesn't hurt at all. I don't feel it like pulling on my cervix whatsoever. And I got it out successfully. And there's legit nothing in here. I could have sworn I started my period today. What is happening? Oh, I'm gonna try the punch down fold though this time. See if that works, because you guys know it's like my favorite fold. See if it works. Ooh, I will say, does not go in as easy, especially when I can't use the stem to readjust it. So this right here is what Kelly looks like after she goes out and is up past midnight with makeup on. Yeah, I look like a hot mess right now. Totally understand that. You guys don't get to see me like this often, because this doesn't really ever happen where I actually go out with friends and stay out all night. Rarely ever happens. But I do want to say that I wore the cup all yesterday and I got home way too late and was a hot mess and could not update you guys on camera. I was not going to do that. Instead, you get to see the morning after Kelly, where I still look like a hot mess. But I will say that I wore the cup all yesterday while with my friend. I was at a concert outdoors. It was so much fun. We went out afterwards, walked around a bunch. No issue with the cup whatsoever, no leaking. And then I emptied it in the shower when I took a shower when I got home. Just a FYI, I also am still in my healing phases of my last microblading touch-up. So I'm pulling. I'm sitting on the toilet pulling it out, as you can see. And here it comes. I'm very nervous to pull it out in the toilet. Like, I don't want it to fall out or anything. So, oh, hello. Okay. Okay, so the interesting thing about this cup is that your blood or anything that's in it, but it gets bubbly because as you break the suction, it kind of like oxygen suddenly hits it while it's still in you, so it bubbles. So this looks really weird, but I don't know if you guys can see it, because there it is. So there's the blood and it's all bubbly, like I said. A little bit of discharge on the outside of the rim, but it's completely clean, which is crazy. That's pretty insane. All right, guys, so it is the evening. It's about 7 or 8 or something like that. I actually dumped my cup like 3 or 4 hours ago because I had to go to the bathroom and I forgot to bring the camera. I was not able to show you guys that, but just like the last time, I pulled it out over the toilet sitting down and was perfectly fine. I had a half cup of blood. So we're gonna pull out this one again. As you can see, I'm not really straining to pull it out or anything. Yeah, clean outside. You guys can't see, I know it's hard because it's black. And I have to trust me that there's blood in there. Because of the black cup, it makes it really hard. It's very clotty. Very, very clotty. I'm not having as much bleeding for second day. Ooh, my hair is a hot mess. I'm not having as much bleeding for my second day as I normally do. Which I don't know what to equate that to. I have been working out a lot more this last month, which has kind of made the month better. As you guys know, I've also been taking CBD oil regularly. That's been really helping, I feel like. I've been sleeping better and all of that. So I think I think for me, all of those different things do equate to having like a better period or a worse period.
But yeah, that, no spotting, no leaking, nothing, and pretty comfortable. I will say earlier when I did dump the cup preemptively without updating you guys, part of the reason why I didn't update you guys was A, because I left my camera upstairs, and B, because I was not planning on doing it, like pulling it out. I was gonna just like have it in, but then I had to go number 2, and I said earlier that like I did that in public with it and it didn't fall out, but I felt like it was gonna come out, and definitely for sure this thing was gonna come out when I was going number 2 earlier. So I actually had to pull it out and dump it, and just to like be able to go poop, because it was like gonna fall in the toilet. So I will say that this is not a cup for me that I can go poop within. Like I can't trust it, and to not be able to push regularly to go poop is not healthy for anybody. So yeah, I will say that that's kind of a bummer that I can't keep it in for that, but not a deal breaker, and it's still a really good cup and super comfortable.
Alright, so if you saw those clips, you would have seen that I actually like this cup. I feel like this happens with any menstrual product where I'm nervous to review them because I feel like I'm going to not like them. I always end up eating crow and really enjoying the product. So I am relieved that I do like this product. Like I didn't want to not like it when it was sent to me. That was definitely not it, especially because they were promoting it as, you know, helpful to people with limited mobility. At least that's how they promoted it to me to do the review. So I wanted to like this cup. I wanted it to be a cup that was usable, so that way I could come to you with a, you know, a cup that could help that certain area of people who do have issues with breaking the seal of their cups. With that being said, however, there are some things about this cup that I do not like and that actually will hinder people who have limited mobility. So comfort-wise, with the slim fit, again, I did not use the full at all because it just, I knew I was gonna feel it, and with the slim, it fit perfectly, so I wasn't even gonna dirty this up. It was comfortable. The slim fit was very comfortable in me. I didn't feel it, which was surprising because again, this stem kind of threw me off. I was like, will I be able to feel this? Like it looks kind of like crazy. I didn't feel it at all. I did have to have it positioned, however, like this, like going completely parallel to my vaginal lips. Like here's my vaginal lips. I had to have it like this, because if it were like this, like that, I felt it. Like even though it did squeeze together, I could still feel it. So I did have to make sure to place it in a certain way that it was parallel to my lips. Not a huge deal, I just learned to, you know, turn it in that way. But because I had to make that adjustment, it kind of again defeated the whole purpose of it being good for people with limited mobility, because if you're down there and trying to move it around, you're still having to reach the same way you would to break the seal. On that same note, yes, it was great being able to just pull this and break the seal and pull it down. That was super easy in regards to not having to like go up there and break the seal. I did actually enjoy that, and I don't have any issues with my, you know, reach or anything like that. But on the same note, I did have issues with getting the cup open and rearranging it without having to still go up there and pull it and move it around at the base. Because pulling on this string does break the seal, normally when I try to get my cup into the right place, I would pull on the stem of my cup to kind of pull it down and kind of move it around and tilt it in regards to where my cervix is so that I can position it correctly. Well, with this, if you do that, you're breaking the seal every time you move it around. So unless you learn or can put this cup in first time go, pop open and leave it and be good, you're gonna still be having to really maneuver around to get to the base of this to move it into the position you need. So it kind of negates the being easy like a tampon or easy for people who have limited mobility. For me, I don't have any issues with doing that. I don't have any issues with grabbing the base and twisting it and moving it. So I do like this cup because when I'm being lazy and want to just pull it out, it's nice. But again, in regards to promoting this for people with disabilities or limited mobility or people who have issues with reaching the base of their cup while it's in them, it's just not, in my mind, realistic for the most part. Again though, if you're one of those people who every single time can get your cup in without any issues, without having to readjust it with your stem, this might be the cup for you. That's great for you, but for me, I had to still grab at the base to move it around to get it properly sealed without breaking the seal with the stem. Other than that, I really like this cup. One of the things I noticed though was that I really struggled with using the punch down fold with this cup, which is, you guys know, my go-to fold because it's the smallest, one of the smallest ways to make your cup is the punch down fold, and then I like to just push it open from the base once it goes in. But again, as you saw, it struggled to open because of this little string on the inside, or the pull tab in the inside. So I did have to use the C-fold, and in order for me to use the C-fold and to have this stem parallel to my labia, I had to make sure that when I was folding it, this was on the side. So I had to make sure that it was folded like this, if that makes sense. So that way when I went to go put it in like this, the stem was parallel once it got in. Because if I folded it like they show it in their video on their website, like this, with the pull tab at the top, if I put it in, because I put mine in like a happy face or a smiley face, the pull tab would have been like this in my labia, which was not good for me, and I could feel it. I hope that makes sense. So I was bummed that I couldn't do the punch down fold easily with this, because again, it kept getting caught on this thing. It didn't want to pop open very easily for me, but that might not be an issue for everybody. It's just an issue for me. That's pretty much it. In regards to cleaning it, again, it wasn't an issue. I just pulled out this whole stringy thing right here and boiled it and cleaned it the same way I normally would. I would say if you have messy clotting or things like that, you should probably get one of those like straw cleaners and maybe use that to just make sure you get all the gucca out of the inside of the hole. I am curious as to know how long this thingy will last without ripping off or pulling off, because you are doing a lot of yanking on it throughout your cycle. So that'll be an interesting thing to know. It's a good cup. I actually really enjoyed wearing it. With all of my negatives about it and the company, I enjoyed this cup, and I think that for most people, if you can get the right fold down and it's situated correctly in you, you will really enjoy this cup too. And also if you can find the right size, because again, this whole full size versus slim fit or whatever nonsense does not, I think you should just throw that at the window and just not even pay any attention to it, because again, I'm over 32, I've had kids, I'm an experienced cup user. I don't have a heavy flow, as you guys know, because of all of my procedures I've had done and other things, but this was not gonna fit in my lady bits. She was like, absolutely not. I also wanted to mention that if you have a super heavy flow, or if you're still trying to figure out how often you have to empty your cup, just please be aware that this cup, when you do pull it down to break the suction, as you can see, half of the wall does come down. So if you are over the top of a cup in regards to how much blood is in there, when you pull this, there is a chance that blood will spill out then over around. So just be very aware of that. Try this cup at home first. I actually suggest that to everybody whenever they're trying a new reusable product. Try the cup or whatever you're using at home first during the day before you go out in public, because you don't want to chance that unless you're like me and you're doing reviews and you have to do that. But just be very aware of that. If you are filling up cups super quickly or regularly, just be aware that when you pull that side of the wall down, there's a good chance that that blood is going to spill over the top and come down and kind of make a mess on your hand or on your floor or on your pants if you're standing up, or underwear or things like that. So maybe break the seal while you're sitting on the toilet, or make sure to empty more regularly with this cup so you don't have that issue of overflow. So there you go. There is my review of the Flex cup. If you are interested in trying it, I say go ahead in regards to it being a good cup. And you know, personal feelings aside, I do want you guys to have a better period. And if you have an issue with breaking suction with a cup and that's what's deterred you from using a cup, then I will say go ahead and try the Flex cup. I encourage it because I encourage you to have a healthier period. But I would just really implore Flex to maybe stop selling the disposable discs with this cup, because it just seems so wasteful to me. And that's just my personal opinion, but I'm all for bettering the environment and changing to reusable products because they are reusable. So I feel like I just have to add that in there. But yeah, there you have it. Thank you, Flex, for sending me these cups and for reaching out to me. Thank you again for the sweatshirt and the shirt. I would actually like to buy the shirt in my size if you guys do sell those. I'm not sure if you do. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, guys. Let me know below if you have any questions. Like I said, there are a lot of people who are great at answering your questions here in regards to just being a community full of cup users and reusable product users. I do have another cup review coming up soon for you of a cup that a lot of you guys have been asking about, so I'm excited to do that. And I hope that 2 cup videos within a 3-week span is not too much, but I just felt like so many people were asking about this and I wanted to be able to help you guys out as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching as always. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I promise you I'm not all periods here. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy my videos or my channel or having a good day. But yeah, I will see you guys all in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and bye.